Good afternoon, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'll put the desktop audio on there for some music. There we go. Put it on the quiet side a little bit first, just in case it's too loud. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Welcome back to the stream. Let me just quickly move my chat out the way, because it's going to be... Oh, I'm streaming the... Am I streaming the wrong screen? Oh, I am streaming the wrong screen. That's a first. What was that button that Lee told me to do? Lee? What was that button again that I can switch the screen?
Window shift and right on it.
Window shift right left. Thank you. There we go. There we go. Cool. There we go. Put that there. Cool. So today we're going to be working on some colouring voxel stuff. It's lined up quite well that I'm sort of just in the middle of this new DLC, which is the museum DLC. And I've currently made 2 rooms out of 3. It's going to be sort of a similar scenario to the arcade world, where it's split up into 4 segments, and each segment's a different sort of theme. And this one's going to be... So far we've got, you know, Jurassic, we've got Egypt, and this one we're planning to be like sort of like a World War I history-esque sort of area. So... the guys had a pretty cool idea of what to model on stream, which I think I'm going to do, and we're going to do a tank. We're going to try and model in a tank. And what just in here was like a World War I, called the British Mark I tank. Because we're trying to find a tank that's not too big as well, because I'm trying to keep the scale semi-realistic. I doubt I'll be able to keep it 1-to-1. But this tank isn't the biggest tank, so we're going to go for this one. It's got quite a cool design as well. It's pretty much got no can on the top, it's just wheels really. And I'm trying to find schematics and stuff for it to sort of determine what the inside looks like. Doing the outside will be no problem, but the inside's going to be a bit of a faff. So I'm going to try and model it in, and we'll set up our again. So let me quickly line up the symmetry. Obviously it's not symmetrical, but I want to sort of get the baseline in, and we shall work from there. I've done that perfectly. That was I eyeballed that. I'll put that out. First time chat, yeah, we put out here. Build the gameplay and build my stream too. I am Elder Giblets on Discord. Oh, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. And head on to Hypid and Chandra as well. Our usuals are in today. Right, let me get this scene set up here just so I can work a bit more efficiently. Okay. It's a weird day today. I've got a tank on the left screen and I've got Voxels on the right. British MK1 tank. Quite as well. It seems to have lined up quite well, the rooms. So I sort of wanted the stairs in each room to be on like a different wall. So in this case, I'm going to have the stairs on this one, on this side here. So it's sort of symmetrical with the dino section. So if I do that, then the doorway coming in will be here in this corner, and that lines up perfectly with the Egyptian museum. So I should be able to line up pretty well. So you enter this way, and then you can walk around and have a look around the tank. And Lee suggested as well having a sort of what do you call it, like a trench reenactment or something like that on the right here. So I should have enough room, hopefully, and then under the stairs as well I might add some little display cases with I don't know, World War I memorabilia. Okay. I've never modelled a tank in Voxels before, so you might have to bear with me a little bit. I'm treating this bit at the bottom here as the base. Which reminds me, because I want to sort of make like a base for it. So we're going to do Warhammer, and you've got and you decorate your bases. Okay. The bottom bit's flat. The most part. Hello, what we're making today. Welcome to the stream, Amy. Today we are making a World War I tank. More specifically, it's called the British Mark I tank. That's if you haven't caught up. We're doing a museum DLC. So this section of the museum is going to be like sort of World War I history. And the centerpiece of this one will be a tank. So I'm trying to just say I've never modelled a tank before, so just bear with me while I try to figure things out. I should really change the colour. You can't really see what I'm doing compared to the floor, so I'll quickly change that now. It's going to be a bit of a boring stream if you can't see what I'm modelling. So let me just put green, random colour, that stands out. There we go. That's a really harsh look at. Let's not do that. There we go. Which was a way in Voxels that you could have sort of a reference on screen, because that'd be really cool for you guys to be able to see what I'm actually modelling. It doesn't have that. I can't really have two things on the same screen at once, because they'll just blur by each other. That would have been pretty cool though. That being said, what I could do. I know what I can do. Yeah. Hold up. Where's that picture that Rob put in earlier? He had a pretty good picture of it. There it is. That's the most grainiest picture I've ever seen. But it'll do. They were called water tanks when development and shouldn't put the line name stuck. Are they actually called water tanks? Every time I look at it, it's just called the Mark 1. This is so silly. There we go. That's what we're modelling. We'll put that down there. Next to Big B. Perfect. If only that was a PNG. Yes, it is for the museum pack, it is, yeah. Ah, stop it. I'm moving my chat around and it keeps docking it. Stop it. Please stop. Actually, that's fine. Keep it there, actually. That's okay. I can live with it. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Right. Yeah. Water tanks. Is there a reason they're called water tanks? I know Roll probably have the insider scoop here. He's been telling me about planes as well. So I'm thinking of putting a plane hanging on the top here, solely the pterodactyl is. So the Germans didn't know what was up. Okay, sure. That probably wouldn't have put tank in the net. Oh, water tank. Oh, okay, okay, I see. See, I would have fallen for it. Annoyingly, now that I've opened some new pictures of these tanks, I've lost the picture I was actually using. There we go. They're really cool design. They would definitely be menacing on the front lines, like, I can imagine that. So I'll put that there. It's all these things that I've got to really concentrate on, unlike most other things. So if I do that, I think that's too short, you know. If I do like this. Right now I'm not really worrying about the structure or like the insides right now. This is strictly just the side view. So if it does ramp up slightly, the picture I'm looking at, so there will be a bit more height. So if I go maybe one more, and we'll extrude these out. Ah, does that do both? That's annoying. No, I've got to eyeball it now. What's the point of having symmetry on? And I think it ramps up about here. I'm going to try to do it as much just as I can. That looks about right. We do, but it's not so much like, obviously not like, you know, promoting anything. It's sort of just a museum. Obviously, it's out of commission. It's not being used. I'm not drawing like a reenactment of, you know, the trenches or anything like that. You know, one-to-one. This is just, you know, a sort of a dormant tank that's being used for display now. That you could sort of treat it as it's not a real one. It's a replica if you really want to think of it that way. If you ever get it wrong, then you can. If it doesn't look quite right, it's a replica. I think it's supposed to be a bit thinner. It's more of a vehicle hull. Yeah. I probably won't add the weapons on it, to be perfectly honest. To be fair, I'm not even sure if they would display the weapons on it, to be fair, so... Probably not. I might have, like, the... where they're docked on, but I probably won't have it actually on there. I feel like it needs to be taller. I'm not sure. It's hard to determine. I don't know, actually. That does look right. They are quite squished. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do the back side now. I can just try the back end of it. And see if I can get it to ramp up to the top here. So I think I went up in 2s. I did, okay. So if I do the same thing for you, I think it's the same... I think a parallelogram, the design of it. So if I do this... I've seen that mistake, don't worry. I will get to it. The problem is, this doesn't look right. I'm probably going to make the tank longer, which is going to be a problem. So I've only got some amount of room to work with. No, it's looking... That's looking right, I think. So I'm eyeballing a lot of this. Where the major concentration will come in will be the insides, because a lot of the pictures of the inside of the tank are very old, and they don't just give like a full view of the tank. I'm looking at schematics as well, and like they're still quite hard to read. This is probably the best one I've got. This one looks at the engines in the middle, and there's 2 seats at the front. That's my that's what I'm working from. I do think it needs to be longer, which could be a bit of a concern because I'm going to lose a lot of room. That's fine. Actually, does it... I should have stopped sooner. I need to line it up with this one. So it should have stopped about on this one here. So I get rid of these. And I can slowly ramp it up to the next level. And that might look a bit more realistic. Tanks are not easy to do, folks. Who would have guessed it? Yeah, that looks right. That looks right. Here we go. Now we're talking. We're in business. We're in business. Initially, we were going to do a bit more like a spacey section. But we've done quite a lot of space stuff, Voxels, so we went for a bit more of a past look, you could say, and did something a bit more historical. That looks pretty good. I feel like it needs to be 1 thinner though, maybe 2. Jack, you fool. What have you done? That's fine. Not in the wrong layer, but I can just cut it out. There we go. View top. Let's have a look at this. 1, 2. Yeah, I think that looks right. We'll have to realign the symmetry there. Okay, there's the wheels. Well, the treads. Now, the wheels I've got here, they don't look to be on the top, which makes sense. So there's lots of little wheels down here. There's a big wheel here, and 2 back here. But I'm pretty sure aren't the sides completely armoured? Where's that picture put on stream? Yes. For the most part. I think the little wheels aren't, but the big ones are. I'm going to need Rob to buy me a model kit. So I can build it and then model it. That would give me more information. Yeah, okay. I think that's enough information to go off. I think I could probably model it in. So the wheel on the back is quite large. So we're going to want it to be about here. Symmetry's not on. It's annoying. Remove that too, that should be lined up, right? Yep. I've got to model that wheel again though. There we go. Then we're going to make a darker shade here. Saw myself on stream there, the lighting changed quite a bit. No, I'm pretty sure I did just say there was 2 wheels at the back. And I've lost the schematic that I was using. No. There you go. Yes. I think there is 2 wheels at the back. It's so hard to tell where they join up. Okay. So I think I've done the bigger one. So the other one needs to be, I think, slightly smaller. And it goes about here. Wasn't going to keep it as a square, but I quite like it. Don't ask me why. And then if we do the wheels will be square, obviously, or cube, because that's as small as I can make it. And the tank is already quite large, as is. We will probably have a game as well at the end of the stream of Galactic Phone or the other one. I keep forgetting the name. Scribblio, that's the one. So City 1-5, we're gonna have a little hop in, have a little game. I think Lee's pretty much won every game. I almost came 3rd last time. That's my achievement. Could just duplicate these, kind of. Save some time. we go. Now where's the big wheel for this bit? It's funny that's worked out, because obviously I've done a 2 gap on each one, and these are too long, so these should stack up quite nicely. There we go, and we'll merge these down. Just realized I didn't duplicate to the side, so I'm just going to do that now. Bam. Cool. Put that there. Symmetry's on, right? Yeah. Hope this will be appreciated when people come to play, because obviously all these wheels will be hidden. When actually comes to finish off the design, because obviously they're hidden behind metal plating. Okay, and after the wheels stop, and we get in the big wheel, so let's just quickly do a life hack. And just take these wheels. Work smarter, not harder. And we'll duplicate those. And I suddenly very itchy at me. Does that fit in there? Oh, it does. Well, that worked out perfect. Let's get rid of this bit here. We're doing something right. Now, these do have treads, obviously. So I imagine these should actually be grey. These should be grey. So, are the treads inside the tank? No. They're on the outside. Okay. So they're not protected. That's cool. So I make these grey, then I can sort of just armor them out. Okay, so if I select all these. That's doing pretty good. Like, in terms of scale. I've already saved you. I don't know why he's asking me to save it, like, actually, like over another save. Just auto-save it. Okay. It's a bit bigger than the Stegosaurus. That's fine. Here's a tank. might have to merge these down. Because I'm probably not going to be able to get to the bottom treads here if I don't. Scaling with the dinosaur is pretty pointless as we just here. We have no way of knowing if the fossils we have are the largest or smallest examples. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's not in terms of like scaling it realistically. It's more so for the game itself. It's like I want them to sort of like link up to like sort of like look a bit symmetrical, like in diagonally. So that looks pretty nice. So there's not really a centerpiece one for the Egyptian one. You know, they're sort of just all grouped up. Because the way I treated it is that this is obviously like one small portion of the room. So obviously there'd be probably more fossils and stuff around this section. Obviously we'll cut it off for the game purposes. But I try to fit in the most, you know, to me at least, the more interesting ones. There is a T-Rex skull in there. You can't see it right now, but it is in there. I couldn't model the full T-Rex, obviously, because it would be ginormous. Be gone, bot. I'm sure when Leo will snag that at one point. To be fair, when I was looking up stegosauruses, I didn't realize stegosauruses were so big. Obviously, I know dinosaurs are typically quite large. Oops. Oh, well, that's just been a few, yeah. I'm upset about that. Deeply. I'll do that. That looks better. I'll do it on this side as well. Yeah, that doesn't anger me as much. Okay, we've successfully built the treads of the tank. Now comes the hard part, the rest of it. So obviously these bits are armored. I'm not going to armor them just yet in case there's something else that goes into it, because chances are I'll armor it and then you need to add another panel here, or there's actually an opening here. So I'm going to avoid that. Oh my goodness, these things are complicated. I'll be honest, not even the schematics are really helping me. I'm looking at a bunch of just nothing. Life inside a World War I Mark I tank. Well, that would be a helpful video to watch. I wasn't streaming. Where's that? Is it? Thank you, Rob. That is so handy. There's a museum. Where's that picture gone? that has like the entire opening. It doesn't help me right now, but like this picture here, which I'll quickly snag. My PC's dark on the watch, don't worry. Look at this. That's so helpful. Kind of looks like the inside of the OG TARDIS. Right, okay. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now is sort of build out the shell. Okay, so it sort of looks like there's a pointy bit right at the front, so if we get a nice colour, start getting the colours in. Sort of like a bronzy colour. Right there. Master symmetry mode? Yes, I am. Merge those. This might be a bit thinner still, you know. I'm not going to because I want to leave a bit of room. I do think it needs to be a bit thinner. In fact, it looks like that I can hollow out a lot of these treads. And the points actually... Okay, hold on. A lot of rambling myself, my apologies. I'm just trying to figure out how this tank actually looks. It's a very cool tank, but it's a complicated tank in terms of its design. Hats off to the World War I engineers, there's a shout out. This thing is a monstrous looking thing. Yeah, I think that's right. I can't tell how the top looks, so there's not many pictures of the top of it. Okay, it's kind of flat. Oh! Well, that's not helpful. German and British World War I tank. Which one is it? Okay, so it does have like a sort of flat section. But then it's got like this massive block on the top, which I'm assuming is where the driver can see out of. You'd think that we've got the actual tank. We could get better pictures of it, no offense, but my goodness. It's like a nice, good, top angle picture of the tank. That would be mighty helpful. Okay. I think we're getting somewhere. Okay. Now what does the back of it look like? Do they have wheels on the back? Like, what's this? Okay, it seems to stop quite early. Okay, the back of it. So if we line that up to about there. I'm not sure they've got wheels on the back of them before. I'm sure some history buff can tell me. As I do not know. Well, on the bright side, if someone was to ask me, and I don't know what they're modelling, what are they modelling right now? I would assume it's a tank. So we're doing something right. As I can tell, it's an old tank. Probably shouldn't have modelled it that high. As unfortunately, I do need to know how the inside works. Of a tank. Right. Inside time. See that picture there? I respect it. It's a nice drawing, but I just can't tell what the inside looks like. I just can't tell. I do have that one museum picture, but it doesn't cover everything. Obviously, I know I can't include everything. You know, we are talking voxel art here, but I want to try to get the big bits in. That may be the most helpful picture yet, and it's not even of a real tank. It's a model kit. Oh wow. That's quite literally perfect. This person has posted all of the pictures of the model kit, which has the inside replica of what the inside looks like, and it's all high-res pictures. Perfect. Is that wood? They have wooden planks at the bottom? I suppose it makes sense. Okay. I think I can make that work. Let's start with the wood. Did not expect to have a wooden base floor. I suppose what else they're going to use. quite like seeing this on stream. The big one, the big part of this museum portion. Takes out the stress of the rest of it. But as soon as this bit's done, the rest of it, touch wood, should be a lot easier. Because I've got the big part in the middle. What I did with the dinosaur section, I sort of I modeled the stegosaurus first, decided sort of a center base to work from. Because I was worried that if I'd sort of modeled, you know, any of the architecture around the building, then I would risk not being able to build as big objects if I chose to. I knew the stegosaurus would be the biggest thing in that room, so I was like, okay, I'll build that first, I'll build everything else around it. Save for the tank. And it all worked out. Same with the Egyptian one as well, to be fair. The statues, I built them first as well. I was actually really happy with the Egyptian one. More so than the dino one. Just because you can't really see it now, but inside there's Tutankhamun's sort of head bust, like the helmet. I was happy with like the level of detail that I got out of it, considering it's very small. But you can tell it's him. Add again some little bit of detailing here because probably chances are once it's on the floor, I'm not gonna have a chance to revisit it really once I put everything on top of it. Okay, now for the I assume that's the engine. I would certainly hope. Okay, so we've got this sort of metal section at the back. So what I'm going to do, because it seems to indent a little bit into the wall, I'm actually going to extend this bit out. Yeah, something like that. It seems to sit nicely in this little groove, and I quite like that. Like I said, because of the voxel art, it's sort of just, it's how much I want to depict, and I try to pick the most, you know, distinctive shapes. Especially trying to come with something realistic. Obviously, it's natural that I'm not going to be able to get everything in with the skill that I'm working at. So I want to get, you know, most of it in. At least, you know, you can tell what it is. I'm happy. Yeah, so there's this big cylindrical section right at the back here. It'll probably do this on a new layer. That would have been smart. Okay. I think this controls the treads. I can't be sure. I've got, to be fair, yeah, I shouldn't say that because I've got no idea what it controls. You know, far from being an engineer, but it does sort of look like it attaches to the wheels, so maybe that's the piston that controls it inside there. This bit seems to attach to an engine. That's right in the middle here, and they seem to attach to the sides. Put me for more. Please do. In fact, I think I've actually done this wrong. This needs to be bigger. Or the tank needs to be thinner. Like I discussed earlier, I think the tank does need to be thinner. But I really don't want to lose any detail in it anymore. I'm not sure what to do. I wonder if it's worth making it slightly thinner. Just because then the scale of it's going to look off if the inside's too stretched. I don't want to do that. I think that's more realistic of the actual size. Yeah, I think we'll stick with that. To be fair, it's not really a huge issue if we need to extend it. It would be a bit of a faff having to sort of tidy up all the geometry that gets messed up, but I think for the most part it's okay. I may have just realised my problem. I have. So, to be fair, making it thin will still look cool, but these actually be thicker. These walls need to be way thicker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint in these just so we can extend this wall out a bit more. As the walls of this tank seem to be very thick, which obviously, to be fair, makes sense. What they're used for. So it's called a tank for a reason. Switch isn't on, that's okay. I can fix that. I can just redo it. It's not a huge deal. Okay. Right, now let's put this onto a new layer because I don't want to be having to faff around trying to select it every time I deselect it. So let's quickly fix that up now. And then that should give me a lot more freedom to work on the inside. Quite thick, this bit as well. The actual piece of, like, the hunk of metal's on the back here. It's very thick. Adding some very light texturing right now, just to sort of give it a bit more depth here. I said I'm not going to be able to do the insides to whatever this machine is, because it's way too small, but I can sort of try and give it some life. There we go. And that attaches to something. Okay. So this bit actually comes out a little bit. And then it's got this sort of, it's like a dark blue. And that attaches to the floor. Now what's, oh, it's in, I don't think I'll be able to include that. But the wood actually stops here. The wood doesn't continue. It's actually metal. But the wood's actually raised up. I don't think I can include that in with the level detail I've got. So I could just draw it in. Could very easily draw it. Yeah, I think I will. I want it to be sort of washed out cream, like here. That colour. I don't want it to be the same grey as this bit here. See, that's how I separate it. It's gonna make it much easier to get into now. Actually, these seem to be bolted in. Now, I'm not gonna be able to bolts, but if I do something like this. Good to me. Probably the most fun part about the voxel art stuff is sort of determining how things actually look in voxel art. Yeah, that looks right. In fact, I might make that lighter. Now for the actual engine. But what, by the looks of it, it's engine time. And it's really hard to tell because it's just a big. It's so hard to tell what it is. It's just a big, massive metal chunks and bolts. This miniature that I'm looking at, this model of it, is so detailed. It's incredibly how detailed it is. Now I assume that's, you know, props to the actual person who paid it. The level of detail is just insane. It doesn't even look like it's a model. But even then, I've got high res sort of like 4K photos looking at the inside. I can't really tell what it is. It looks like it's got like a metal cage around it. It's like the central structure, and there's like a metal bit. And it seems to be the same colour as this. So I'm going to try to do that. That's going to be the plan. Now I can make some forms out. There's a bit at the back of the engine that looks like a cylinder. And this thing attaches straight to the seats for the driver, so this should, pardon me, this should be the correct scale. Hopefully. Once I've built the inside, the rest is going to take 5 minutes. I can build the outside of a tank any day of the week. The inside, not so much. The inside's a bit more complicated. Now, I've actually made a mistake here. What I should have done is just build one panel and then model the rest of it. Like so, if I model the inside and then extrude it, Just there's a bit of detail on the inside. I said, like, you know, I'm not going to be able to get the inside of an engine. It's just too small, but it'll be something there. I'd feel a bit hacky if I just I didn't put anything in there. Yeah, just a little bit of texture. Just a subtle amount. Yeah, like that. It's actually way thinner than that. I don't know, way too big. The minute I did that, I knew I'd modelled it on the same layer as the tank, so I'm going to have to quickly cut this out. Otherwise I'm not going to be able to move it around. Hold on, I can do this. Close enough. I can get the rest of it. There we go. That looks about right. And then we can build the cage bit around it, which I've got no idea what it is. I'm assuming it's just a structure to hold it in place. I assume. I hope it is. That's it. Someone way smarter than me can figure that out. Just gonna put that colour there so I can colour drop it in just a second. I should make it alternating. Let's do that. Can't do it now, but obviously they'll be crisscrossed on the inside. There's also these like metal beams that go around it on the inside as well, which are they're sort of bluey. So I'll keep it on this section. I'll just make it a bit more grey, like that. I'm gonna extend this out. Hold on. All that to extend it out by 1. My goodness me. That holds that bit in place. It's making sense. Kinda. Still don't quite know what I'm doing. Eyeballing a lot of this. Just hoping it's going to be close enough so people can actually make out what it is. Maybe another person who modelled it that I'm referencing might play the game and be like, ah yes, that's the this bit. It's the flux capacitor. You never know. You never know. Looks about right. It seems that this bit is like a metal bar that comes out and that attaches to a bit that tightens a bit, so it's like here. And then that bit continues forward. No, it's not there actually. It should be here. Oh, this is so painful. Yeah. It actually seems like there's a wooden bit on the top here. Which is mad to think about. On top of an engine. That doesn't seem safe. I'm guessing that's so they can get on top of it. They do repairs, I assume. That's what I would take from that. Again, don't ask me, I'm not an engineer. Now, I'm just trying to see. So it looks like this bit attaches to the actual main structure of the engine. This is just the back of it. Sadly. There is much more to go. Yeah, because that metal bit runs on the bottom. And I'm assuming that holds up that wooden pallet at the top there. I think I'm definitely getting in the major forms of the structure of the engine. I just want to make sure it's, respectful in terms of its design. I don't want to change anything. Just try and get it as close as I can with the limits that I have in terms of actual size. Once I've got this bit done, it's just a case of closing it up, which it's almost done anyway. adding some texturing. I do want to make it look run down, like textured a bit beaten up, you know, just so it looks a bit grimy, as if it's been through the mud, you could say. So I will be doing that with some actual texturing phase. Right now I'm sort of just blocking things in. I'm treating it like 3D modeling, where I'm just sort of blocking in the design. But apart from that, I think we're okay. We're doing alright. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Now, as for this main bit, it's really hard to tell what's going on because it's kind of closed up. Which makes sense. It's an extra layer of protection for the engine. But I may need a different reference just so I can see what's actually in there because I can't really tell. The picture I'm looking at, it's sort of, I can see I can see in for the top, but I can't see what's actually in it. That's a good picture. What's that? The perfect picture. Another model kit. These model kit people are just saving my life right now. That's perfect. Mad looking. It looks like a steam engine, is what it looks like. On the bright side, that bit I've just built, that blue bit in the middle, looks identical. But on this model, like the extra paneling's been taken off so you can see it. And that's pretty spot on. So I'm pretty happy with that. However, I have missed a bit. So it seems that this wood ends here. Then there's an extra layer of mechanical doodads that goes in the front here before it attaches to the main engine. And that main engine goes straight to the seats. So once I get this bit done, we're pretty much in the clear. So I built that. And that attaches to like this. No, it's more like that. And that attaches to another bit. They're doing Lego. It's really complicated Lego. And then that attaches to a sort of big circular piece. Okay, so yeah, it sort of looks like that. That's about right. Okay. That's a very funky looking piece of technology there. Very alien looking. So like industrial alien. It's only seen like Alien or something like that. Or Aliens. Where it's obviously it's futuristic, but it's sort of like, I don't know, like 80s software. And does that get covered up by something? I assume it does. Yes, it's covered up by that big metal piece at the top. Let me go back to another picture. Okay, it's different. Oh, see, there's different. On this bit, it's covered by a piece of wood. And I kind of like that better. It feels a bit more in line with what I've got built so far. So this bit's actually covered up. But honestly, I'm not sure if that makes sense. I might do it with metal. Like the same metal I've been using. I think that makes more sense. One of them has metal, one of them has wood. And I like the wood look. I'm thinking, would that even make sense? I feel like someone's gonna be like, why would there be wood there? the hot piece. That's a hot engine. You know, mightn't make much sense. So I think I'll stick to metal. But the metal does conduct heat as well, but it's fine. I think it's more safe than wood. And I'm not taking that there. Okay. And then that should attach to the main structure of the engine. The main structure of the engine is actually pretty simple. It's just a big block, really. That should be good. Now, my only concern is that with that bit included, I'm running out of room. Because I thought the engine was going to be about here, the main bit, and the seats here. But now the engine's probably going to start here. And the engine's quite long. That being said, it kind of looks like... Yeah, so the engine actually it comes over the top of this. Like it extrudes along. So I might be alright. And in fact, you know, I could probably move this back one because that doesn't need to be that long. So I could probably move it back one and that gives us a bit more wiggle room. So I'll do that. Let's just push you back one. There we go. So many pieces of like pistons and engines and cogs in this. It's just how they figure these things out. I'll never understand, and I don't need to understand. It's at my place too, but you can admire it. Okay, that is probably the clearest look of the engine I'm going to get. So we're going to do that now. And it's very dark. The engine. It's like a very dark rustic blue. So we'll go about there. And by the looks of it, I think the engine actually sits up a bit from this. Now I don't know what it's sitting on, but I can only assume it's a metal. It's a raised platform. So I'm just going to do that. So I don't really know what it's sitting on, unless I just don't do anything at all. That doesn't make any sense, does it? Just so I can give you guys an idea of what I'm going to try to do. Is that the engine... So I'll explain. So the engine's quite long. It's very long. But it looks like that a lot of it... Oh, that's handy. A lot of it actually comes up the top here as well. And that sits over the top of the engine, of this bit. And then it cuts along like this. And then the seats actually sit above it. Like there. But it's also very tall. There. That's what I'm looking at. Looks about like that. It's got all these pipes and stuff running there. To be fair, drawing it also gives you guys the visual aid, but it also helps me because I can sort of see that's going to fit. Good. I was thinking this might not fit, but it does. That looks like it will fit in there just fine. And if I'm going to keep that screenshot because that will come in handy. So glad I've got this kind of pop here because Rob did kindly get us a pizza in there for a pub provider, but that pizza and this cozy music is it's working its way to sleep. No joke. This kind of pub is keeping me very much awake, which is nice. Now, as for the engine, I think if I do it about there, and we'll work from this. Probably extend this a bit more, maybe just by one. Now, what's inside the engine? I've got no idea, but on the bright side it's quite small, so we should be able to go just add some detail. A lot of it, by looks of it, it's just pipes and things. So I imagine there'll be some pockets here. So if I do that, I don't know what that was. It's probably sneaking with this coffee. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it hollow, because I feel like these pipes that are going into it go to somewhere. So I'm wondering if I try and model that. So if I do, the engines are bronze, so if I do, I'll make brass, should I say? That looks a bit. If I do them like that colour. That's 3. So there's 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, that's an even number. That's criminal. You know, I don't care if these seats are small. I'm having that uneven. That's criminal behaviour. I'm not doing that. That's unacceptable. And I'll not stand for it. It's as simple as that. It's just not okay. I have to draw the line somewhere, and I'll tell them drawing the line. Stop it. Alright. Now, I have no idea where these pipes go. I'm just going to do this, because it's sort of, you know, it signifies it goes somewhere. I can't really tell what's inside the engine. I said, there's not much room anyway. It says if I can do a high detailed engine, but I want there to be something. There's something little. I don't like just faking it. It'd be very easy to make this hollow, which I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, this is all going to be covered up as well in a second, because this engine part's actually protected by sort of like, I feel like a PC tower, like all the insides are protected. Similar case here. It's like a metal box around it. They really did go all the way here to protect pretty much everything inside that tank. They've done that job pretty well. Too well. Still look like an engineer you see on the front of like muscle cars, like Dom's car from Fast and Furious. It's got that big. If we go call it the outside engine, it looks a bit like that. It's not gonna look that for long because I'm about to cover it in pipes and stuff. But for a second there, it did a little bit. There's this red sort of metal pipe going on the top as well. It sits like about here. Now it's really hard to tell if it's on both sides or just the one. I think it's on just the one side. From what I can tell. Oh, the other side's different. Actually, really different the side. I'm gonna have to change that. This side looks nothing like this side, so I'm gonna have to fix that real quick. Because see that there's a bar that goes on the whole way. And it's actually symmetrical-ish in terms of this side and this side. Essentially, it's just got way more pipes on this side. So it's definitely going to look a bit a bit more condensed. That's okay. There's 6. We'll fit 6 on it. We'll give it a go. I don't think we're going to be on it though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be 7. That's too many. No, sorry, I can't have a gap, so I'm going to have to make these pipes look a bit different from one another. That is 7. But on the back, it looks like there's a bigger gap. So if I just get rid of that one. And then join this up to the big bit at the top. That goes up here. And it's similar for this side. This side actually has a bend in it. I really hope someone plays this and actually knows a lot about tanks, so they can tell me how close this is. That would be cool. It looks nothing like the engine. That's all here back. You got it all wrong. I hope not. So I think I've actually got it pretty close, to be fair. I'm going to add a little bit of texturing here to the engine. So we're going to make these bottom bits darker so that we can do the same with these ones. And then there's actually one more bar here. That's that one I've already done. Oh no, it is that one. It's just mine's too low. So if I get rid of that and then raise it, I should make it a different color just so it stands out a bit more. So if I do it here and then bam, 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 bam. Bam. That's about how it looks. Now where that red bit goes, I've got no idea, because I'm looking at it now and it seems like the box covers a lot of it. Now it looks like it sort of may go down into this other section, which I think is covered by the box anyway. And I'm assuming that may have something to do with the actual driver. So there we go, there's the engine. Very complicated design, but hey, it looks cool. Now, this needs to be boxed off. Now, on this design, it's actually entirely boxed off. I like the other design on this actual other model, which is actually the picture I was using earlier. So the picture of this model, the front box, is the picture I was using earlier. Where is it? The British WW1 Tnak. This one. It was actually Rob that sent it. It's the model kit for this. And that's what I've been, the model of this tank is what I've been using as my reference, because the insides, turns out, are very deal. So it gives me the best look at what the inside looks like. on the inside of that one, the picture I'm looking at, it is covered up, the engine, but it's not entirely covered up. Like this part here is open, which I assume is for the engineers to be able to access. So I'm going to keep that that way, because I quite like how that works. I think it makes more sense. So this bit shouldn't be too hard. So I'm gonna make it on a separate layer for now, just in case I mess it up. You never know. I should really have symmetry on for this, because it'll just make my life so much easier, but again, I just don't want to risk it. I've caved. Quickly turn symmetry off real quick, because this side's actually covered up. Now, I imagine there is some sort of panel system that allows you to access it, so I'll sculpt that in now. Sculpt it in, not modeling. I'll texture it in now. Just so it looks like there's actually a way in, you know? Now it looks like the top isn't covered up, but I assume that's either for the model kit, because they'll be putting a roof on it, or because it's just attached to the metal at the top, which I assume is going to be the case. So I'm going to leave that uncovered for now. I may have to pin this forward a little bit. This bit here, it's just a smidge. Because I didn't take into account that I need to build the actual foot bit as well. That could be an issue. So I might need to just bring it forward just a smidge. think it's fine. I think I may have done it too far back anyway, so I'm not really too upset with that. I don't know why you can't just get a perfect top view. You can in Cubicle, where it gives you literally a straight down orthographic view. Whereas in Voxel, it does a perspective based. It doesn't really work. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to quickly remove this section and this section, just so I can get a better look on the inside. I'm going to turn some chunks. I feel like I'm working blind here. I can't really see what I'm doing. Okay. Okay. That should be enough to work with. And I can sort of see what I'm doing now. And I kind of want the front to match the metal of the back here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that metal. And in fact, it does actually ramp up. It does. So what I need to do is actually make these go upwards. No, it's symmetrical for now, but I'll change it in a second. And that takes a step up to an extra bit of railing. And on this railing is where these seats sit. Now, Rob or Lee, I'm not sure if one of you kind gentlemen want to set up a Scribbler server, like last time, just to give people a chance to hop in. If you've got the time. If not, I can always build up like Galactic 4 or something. Just so people have got time to jump in if they so wish. Yeah, they put that there. The seats are quite small, so the seats look like this. And then... In fact, what I'll do is I'll model them first and I'll text them individually. They've actually got quite a small back. Not much backrest there by the looks of it, but that's fine. I'm sure that was the least of their worries. So, that's all good. That's too bad, I want to be a bit more subtle than that. There we go. Now, by the looks of it, it's actually like a red thing. I'm not sure what. I'm not sure if it's like maybe it's a fuel tank actually. I wonder if they keep like spare fuel because there's like a fuel tank at the back behind the seat. I suppose that does make sense. Let's do that. On this side has control of 2 levers. What 2 levers I could not tell you. What they control, I have no idea. But there's one there, and there's 2 at the front. And the person on the left gets 1. Which still looks like a gear stick box. But I'm not sure if tanks had gears. I assume they do. Let me just turn down that desktop audio real quick in case there's an ad pop up here. There we go. If you want to join Scriblio, I've put the link in the chat there. I'll put it in the Discord for the guys in case they are unable to watch the stream at the minute. I know Rob's PC is struggling, so I'll put it in there for now, and then I shall leave it there. Now let me quickly go back to my tank. There we go. Now, what I need to do now, I'm not sure how much is actually left on the inside. I know there's at least side bits that come out. I know that. But I'm not sure how much. Yeah, there's definitely some openings. So I can't really close it up yet. I don't think it would make much sense. So what I think I'll do for now is focus on the actual front section. I think that makes more sense. Where's the picture gone? Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. There's some insight there to the actual inside as well. Okay, so we try building the front. Got a pretty good picture here of the front. Yeah. Looking at the front, I'm still not entirely sure how these guys see out the front. There's not much, I can't really see a window, to be perfectly honest. Well, I know they don't have windows in the tank, but I'm thinking like, they have like slits? Like little slits in the tank? I can't even see them. How do they see? Oh, that's not care. Not their problem. Just keep going. Periscopes. Oh, really? Okay. I don't think I'll be able to model a periscope in. I feel that'd be way too small. Let's see how much we've got when I build the actual the hull. There we go. I'm not sure if Kim wants to join well, but the invite's always there. I'll actually check who's joined, to be fair. Cool. Anyone in chat as well, if you want to join the game, feel free. The link is still in there. Not sure I went Australian there for a second. How do we refresh? There we go, tank. I'm just trying to texture the front of it. Because to be honest, there's not too much going on the front. It's a lot of just panels and bolts, so we're finding rubber lane here to no one. I've been abandoned.
Are you moo, are you?
Simon?
Are you moo?
I'm assuming so. I think so, yeah.
Just check the horses, man.
No, I'm Moo, yeah. I'm not sure, like, you usually host it, I'm not sure how you change the name. Doesn't let me change it.
Say no when you join.
Oh, do you? I just clicked create private lobby and just did it automatically. I don't want to be Moo. Who's steering wheel? Steering wheel has joined the room. Is that you, Rob? Are you steering wheel? I don't know, Hybrid usually changes his name to his actual name, Hybrid. Rob on foot. I wonder who that is. Dance. Right, we'll start in 2 minutes. I'll quickly finish off the another tank. I'll just stay as Moo. I'll stick with that name. Why not? I'm not liking the texture in the front. I'm not entirely sure what's wrong with it. It just doesn't look right. But at the same time, it's very plain. It's just a slab of metal. I'm not really sure how I can make it look more visually interesting. So maybe I just leave it. But actually, I didn't notice that actually goes straight up here, so I need to fix that real quick. There we go. We'll take the MK1 tank off the screen now. I think we get the picture. There is like little metal hatches on the front of this bit here. I wonder if that's to take quick peeks. Not sure. Again, kind of defeats the point. There's also like a slit there too. Look at that face. But yeah, cool. We'll leave that there for now, and we'll jump over to Scribbio for a bit. The last bit of the stream. Right, how do I do this? Because I'm the host. I'm just gonna put over that. Now, so am I gonna go first? Wait. It's not me. Okay, cool. I don't like that delay that I had before drawing. I feel like They're worried. I bet that's what I'm looking at. Rob on phone 2. Anyone else stumped? I am utterly stumped. Is that it? Never in a million years would have got that. Actually, I think you're going to give me 3 million guesses and I wouldn't have got it. Dance has left the room. They were in and they were out. Oh, God. Why are these words so long? Oh, I did not expect to guess that. That was a complete fluke.
That's what I'm working with.
What?
It's a camera. You can't see anything. What am I supposed to guess with that? It's just all keyboard.
You can't even see what you're drawing. You can always use my screen if you don't use that thing, just get on that one, I suppose. It was a sledgehammer. Okay, it's gonna be me next. Don't look at the screen. Oh, hell yes. Oh, hell yes. Okay. I tried to draw the head last. Does mean Rob's doing it on a phone. That's just good.
I do it on PC now. It's not working.
He can't draw. We'll never know what it is. Just start guessing random words. Pulp. The word was kiss. That's a hard one to draw.
Disconnected.
These drawing this very small. Wait a minute. Oh my god. Yeah. I'm so proud I got that, Loki. Okay. Who's next? Ken Bob draws. It's gonna be the leaves and comes back. Oh.
It's locked up. That's all we're getting.
Oh, that's all we're getting. Okay. Oh, it's getting worse and worse as it goes on. Toilet roll, so posh. There you go. That's it, okay. I was gonna say that's not... What? What?
It's not meant to be green.
Oh my god, is it actually... I can't believe... Did you purposely draw that with a red step?
Yeah.
That okay, to be fair, that was pretty good.
Blue flower, red bombs, look.
See, that was such an easy one. I don't know how I could like draw that in a hard way. I'm taking that victory, boys. There was only 3 of us. I'm taking that victory. That's a 100% win streak. We'll call it there because it's only us 3, and those rounds go over very quickly. And poor Rob, I don't think, can draw on his air. That's PC, so it's making it a bit hard for him. That's fine. We'll cut the stream there. That was a pretty fun one. I'm taking that victory. I don't care. There's only 3 of us. I'm taking it. But we got pretty far. I'm actually a lot further than I thought we would. I didn't think the tank would be a very easy thing to do on a stream, but it turns out it was actually really fun learning the inside along with the stream. And yeah, the insides are pretty good. I'm pretty proud of how it came out. There's not much to do now. I essentially just need to build in the sort of side bits where the turrets sit, and then close it off, and that's pretty much the tank done. And then I'll build the base, and that should be all. But yeah, thank you for everyone who joined the stream. Thank you everyone who joined in and helped me guide through my way through the tank. But I think we'll call it there, and I hope you all have a lovely weekend. It's Pub Friday for us here at the office, so we'll probably be making a quick getaway very shortly. So yes, have a lovely weekend. I've got 100% win rate on that game. I hope you'll have a lovely weekend. Bye bye for now.